Hi, this is Larry from BostonConcession.com. BostonConcession.com. Going to give you a quick view. We put several out here on the internet trying to help out some of you do-it-yourselfers. I'm going to give you a quick view of the type of plumbing that you're going to need in your unit. Now, this is all water feed and water drain plumbing. It is not sink drains and things. So firstly, you're going to need a freshwater tank, and then you're going to need a wastewater tank. Wastewater tanks typically throughout the country are required to be 15% larger. You're going to need a water pump. It's best to go with a 12-volt pump, in our opinion. You can run off of literally a battery from a lawnmower type thing and can recharge them. So in this instance, you would have a hand sink directly above this writing that says hand sink in a counter, and that sink would be fed, the cold water would be fed from this fitting right here. Then you would also need hot water, which is fed from this fitting. So your water pump runs over into this port where it comes along and it feeds the first sink, goes over, feeds the second sink, then goes up, feeds the water heater. From the water heater, the line comes back in this line here. It picks up the sink on the other side, the dish sink or dish sinks. Then it comes along here, picks up the hand wash sink. Then it continues on to another valve, and each of these have valves and little nipples so that they can be drained into this. This is a little bank of port. This would be the drain from all the cold water plumbing pipes. This would be the drain from all the hot water pipes. This would be the drain from the line that goes from the water tank to the pump. Somewhere in there, gotta drain that. This is your overflow. On your water tank, you're going to have an overflow, so when you fill the tank to capacity, the extra water will go out and drain out the floor through here. This comes from the spigot outside that fills the water tank, goes through and up and into the water tank. Each of these, as they come in, come down to a port which goes down and out. So we can open this valve, and this valve, and there's this fourth valve which is in the line from the tank to your pump. So when you open these 4 valves, you drain all of the plumbing for the sinks. Here are the lines coming through. They're pitched so they will pick up the dish sinks. It could be dish sink or dish sinks. What I recommend is that you call your health department and ask your health department how many sinks you need, what size water capacity you need. We built one concession for a friend of ours in Vermont, and that inspector wanted, for a 15-gallon freshwater tank, he wanted 35 gallons of wastewater holding, which is unique. So a simple phone call to the inspector will really save you a lot of trouble, and you can do it all right up front. Now, we do, at Boston Concession, offer setups much like this. Now, obviously not on this backboard, but we offer ready-to-go setups that you can install into food trucks or food trailers. If you're not an accomplished plumber or not comfortable putting all this together, then we do offer the option of sending you one entire unit that's just ready to set into your truck or trailer. To give you a for instance, winging it, you're probably looking at somewhere around $500 in components. $500 in components and sinks and plumbing and whatnot. You're likely going to spend another $500 in assembly, and then I'm going to wing it and say, because we ship sorted things all over the country, I'm going to wing it and say it's probably $150 or $200 for us to get it to you. So if you're going to do it yourself, review this tape. Make sure you follow it as closely as you can. All of this draining that you see here is specifically for cold areas. If you're going to shut down at the end of the day, you're going to want to drain your water tanks, drain all your water lines, your pump, your heater. You're going to want to drain everything out of the unit so that nothing freezes overnight. This is true even if you intend to heat it, because the heater might fail and you do not want to get into a renovation of a food concession truck or trailer because of frozen lines. So here's just one more example of the type of plumbing that you would need. We obviously mocked it up on a little side workbench just so we could show you what we've come to understand is required in food concessions. So if you're looking for a concession, come take a look at bostonconcession.com.